This very episode of Techno Buffalo is brought to you by lynda.com. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the episode of Ask the Buffalo's, the show where you can ask me any question you've got from world of technology, and sometimes outside of it. We talked about phones, tablets, why it burns when you pee, and everything in between. This week, though, it's all technology. We talked about the iPhone 6, crazy iPhone leaks in general. We talked about phone battery, editing software, and much more. So that's the Buffalo. Bring on the questions. First question comes from Twitter at Robin Verheyage. Sorry, I just massacred your name. Asks at John4Lakers, what rumored feature are you most excited about on the upcoming iPhone 6? I have long said I wish we had a bigger screen. Please give me a bigger screen. So it looks like that one's going to be granted. I do hope the 5.5-inch iPhone rumor is true, because that would be super sweet. Aside from the larger screen size, here are two things I am excited about hopefully having. First one, NFC. About freaking time. And the second one, which I haven't heard much rumors about, but I'm still having two fingers crossed, my toes crossed, and things you can't even see crossed, for wireless charging. I love wireless charging. I don't care if Apple uses the Qi standard or creates Apple Wire Charge, whatever they want to do to create their own standard and charge a ridiculous amount of licensing fee. I love wireless charging. Bring it to us. Those are features I'm most excited about. Things like LTE, iOS 8, the rest of the stuff. I mean, it's nice, but a bigger screen I think is going to really do a lot of good for the folks out there. Also, sort of, you look at an iPhone and then any other Android device, and the iPhone looks like a baby compared to it. I don't think Apple likes looking like a baby. Next question comes from my friend Omar Correa, who asks at John4Lakers, do you think we'll ever be surprised at an iPhone launch again with so many leaks happening these days? I think the days of us not knowing what's going to happen, or is there going to announce a phone, what the phone's going to be, are so far gone. It's a little bit sad, makes you a little whimsical to think about the good old days, but you can prepare in advance. Apple usually has one or two tricks up their sleeve that we don't know, so that's kind of always fun. But really the big stuff, I mean, we pretty much know exactly what the phone's going to look like. It's been leaked for the past, 4 months. I think that's always going to be the case. When you have thousands and thousands and thousands of workers, not only that, thousands and thousands and thousands of underpaid workers, that are sort of maybe looking to make an extra buck or two that are dealing with your prototype devices, they're just going to happen. They're going to leak out. And the more people want information, the more people are going to try to provide information. So we are part of the problem. I personally, I've been told many times, I am part of the problem. I guess we can be part of the solution if we don't talk about it, but it's so much fun to talk about. So Omar, I'm sorry, ain't going away anytime soon. So the next question comes from at ArchTap, who asked at John4Lakers, what software does your team use to edit videos? Hashtag #AskTheBee. So I could answer this question, but I don't do much of video editing anymore, so I thought it would be best to go to the source. Mr. Ron Parita, what software do you use to edit videos on?
Hi guys, I'm Ron. So for editing, I personally use last gen Mac Pro, super spec'd out, great machine. For software-wise, we use the Adobe Creative Suite, so I personally use Adobe Premiere, I use Adobe After Effects, I use Adobe SpeedGrade for color grading, and sometimes use Adobe Audition. That's more for audio stuff. If we need to fix something, we usually get really good audio out of camera. Mark does a lot of his own editing, and he pretty much uses the same process. The difference is for him, he doesn't actually use Adobe SpeedGrade. He uses Colorista 2, which is part of the Magic Bullet Looks package, and that's kind of how he does it inside Premiere.
I'm back. Next question comes from at 19Justin35, who maybe can't figure out how old he is. Hey John, what's the latest flagship mid-range smartphone with the best long battery life? Hashtag #AskTheBee. That one is super easy. The OnePlus One has stupid long battery life. If you want a phone that's going to last you the full day or go through 2 days, that is the phone to get. They did a ridiculous job with that device. I would assume though once Android L comes out, there'll be other phones that have long battery life as well, but for right now, that's the one to get. Also for that price tag, it's kind of hard to beat. Take a quick second to thank our friends at lynda.com, which always makes me laugh. I've got an Aunt Linda, and she can barely check email, so it always makes me kind of chuckle that there's a website called Lynda. Not related. Not a funny story, but I still thought I'd share. Lynda.com offers thousands of super engaging, really easy to follow video tutorials that are taught by pros in the industry. So if you want to learn something new, like software, creative, business skills, you want to create your own website to run your own business, you probably got to learn how to do it. Give them a shot. Membership starts at just 25 smackaroos a month. It's online, so you can get access to it 24/7. So like when you're doing your, 6 a.m., having a Mountain Dew and some Doritos, you can learn something new. So give it a shot for 7 days for free. Go to lynda.com/technobuffalo. That's lynda.com/technobuffalo. So you don't have to worry. You can do it anytime you want. They're not even going to care if you're not wearing pants. Next question comes from our buddy Josh. Hey John, is it more simple nowadays to switch phones as often as you do? Does it depend on the carrier, or is it easy just popping out the SIM card and popping it in the next phone? So if it's AT&T or T-Mobile, then it's easy, just pop in the SIM card and my number's at least there. But switching from Android to Android device is still not a seamless process at all. I've sort of got it as automated as I can as far as how to set things up. I got a checklist I go through and do everything for each account. I still find it annoying that Google imports all your contacts. So you got to sort of add my main email address and quickly go into account settings and have it not sync contacts. But I've got it down. It works pretty well. I've got all my photos now synced up to Dropbox. I can pull those down. All my contacts, I have a separate Gmail account I created just for my contacts. And I sync those over. And I made a pretty sort of seamless transition. So it takes me from switching to a new Android phone probably about 25 to 30 minutes to get it up and working with all the email accounts and everything sort of going as I would need a brand new phone to work. The longest process, though, is just downloading all the new apps again. Thank you guys for watching the episode of Ask the Buffalo. I always appreciate you guys asking questions. If you want a question to be featured on the show every Tuesday on TechnoBuffalo.com, you can put up a call for questions. You can just leave it right there in the comments. Otherwise, send it to me on Twitter, @John4Lakers or @TechnoBuffalo. Ask your question. Use hashtag AskTheBee, so I see it and I know what it's for. Until next week, I am this guy. I'll see you guys next video. Bye-bye. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you want to check out the latest from the world of consumer electronics from people who absolutely love it, hit the big subscribe button right down below.